What's going on, y'all? It's your boy GT Savo, and today I'm gonna teach y'all how to get better at the knockdown minigame. Step one: bring your ass to online, offline quick fight. Pick whatever your favorite fighter is that you use, that you want to main, that you want to get better with. Getting up doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who the opponent is. It's all the same thing. Doesn't matter the venue. Turn the damage modifier all the way up. Difficulty to undisputed. And if you want it to go the rounds to go faster, then leave the relative time alone. If you want it take a little bit longer, so it's the full 3 minutes. Boom, there you go. Set it to 1x. So we're gonna go in there. The pattern for the knockdown minigame with it is, I'm pretty sure it's like specific to the courage traits, and your fighter in general has their own pattern and it doesn't change. It's the same one over and over. I use a regular Xbox Elite controller. I got paddles, two paddles. I use LB and RB on them, and I got trigger stops on. Sometimes, depending on like how I feel, I unlock the trigger stops and then put them in normal R2 L2, like the normal regular whatever. I don't even know, the regular push-in. Like it doesn't stop it. So what you're gonna want to do is just let the AI knock you down. Throw stupid. Just let the AI knock you down. I don't know why he's sitting here taking the jabs over and over. It's on Undisputed. I don't know. I honestly don't know what that is. Come on, buddy. There you go. First knockdown. Hold your triggers before the minigame even starts. I think they stopped that because it didn't. What you're going to want to do is go all the way to the top of the bar on whatever side it is, and then once it gets to the top, let it fall down. You do that every single time. There's the first one. It's gonna take a little bit of time, man. And it's boring, trust me. I know it's boring. It's not fun. But it's a quicker way to just get into the mini games before like to do the mini games without doing it online and messing up your record, and you're learning at the same time. The patterns are going to be the same, however, the bars are not always going to be side to side. Sometimes the left one's going to be higher than the right one. Sometimes the right one's going to be higher than the left one. So it's going to take time. There's no setting that you can really use that is going to like make that any better. You're either just going to learn the patterns and get better timing it yourself. And that's what it is. I don't know why this dude isn't knocking me down. Undisputed AI, by the way.
There's no doubt who's won this round so far.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change it?
Undisputed AI, by the way. There we go.
One of the all-time greats, Robinson, goes down.
Oh, he's down. He's down.
Boom.
He's gonna get up. He's staggering.
It's pretty much just that. I'm not perfect at it. I have a limit on how many times I can get up. It really depends. Sometimes I can get up 6-7 times normally, and then I have two knees to work with. Recently, I haven't been knocked down that many times since the power patch. And it's pretty much how you just work on it. There's no setting you can choose that's going to make you better or that's going to slow it down. You just have to pay attention to the pattern. And this is the quickest way to identify it and get better at it. You do this for an hour or two. If you're able to do it for an hour and two, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. Doesn't matter, man. You're going to get used to it because you get right back into being knocked down when the AI isn't just sitting there taking jabs to the face over and over. I don't know why it took that many times. So obviously it gets a little more difficult when it gets to the smaller bars. You can't really get it to the top. They're going to start moving. You're just going to tap. Once you get into that bar, tap. Like if it's going down, just tap it so it stays up. If it starts going up, hold it a little bit, then let go. Like a little bit longer of taps and let go. Because obviously when it's going down, you don't need to hold it so you're So the bars for the minigame,
Robinson
like, they're gonna go
capitalized
down.
there. He's in trouble.
Wait, that sounded really stupid.
Robinson goes to the
So
catch.
basically, you're gonna hold it longer when you're holding the triggers to go up, and when they're falling, you just want to do little taps like that. Boom, hold on to it. It's gonna take some time, man. Like, you're not gonna do this like 2 or 3 times, and all of a sudden you're gonna be able to get up 6, 7 times. It doesn't work like that. It's something you gotta practice. There's people on PC that can get up a lot. It's not common for people to get up like 15 to 20 times. It doesn't happen all the time, but there are people that can do it with the right fighter with the biggest bars. And I'm pretty sure after the 5th knockdown, no, oh my god. After the 5th knockdown, I don't think the bars get any slower, but however, or like they don't get any smaller. However, they do start going a little bit faster, I believe. So after that 5th or 6th knockdown, man, it's gonna be tough. But the more you do it, the more you get used to it. Who knows if I'm gonna be able to do this one? I'm not sure. My bars, I'm pretty sure I already messed up. I stayed off too many times. Yeah. That's why sometimes I also take off my trigger stops, because it's just the pressure sometimes with it.
So time to go celebrate.
So I don't even know how many times. I got up 6 times. Boom. I didn't even think I got up that many times. I thought it was 5. So there you go. I got up 6 times. So I would have been able to get up 6 times. Plus, if I wanted to take a knee, 2 knees. Boom. That's 8 times. Like, if you're getting knocked down 8 times, I guess, like, your only hope is that they're gassing out or something, or if you're trading knockdowns with them, whatever it is. But yeah, that's my biggest tips and advice to getting better at the knockdown minigame, is just do that over and over. It's going to work eventually. You're going to get used to it. You're going to get better. And that is what it is. Now on to the second part of the video. I know people complain about the game not being smooth on console. If you're on PC, you can try this out too. Like, I know people were doing it on PC, but I do know this. I'm on an Xbox Series S. It does not run as fluent as in Series X. So yeah, we're gonna go into the settings for motion blur. Boom, turn that off. Boring. You don't want, not boring, but you don't want to see that. You don't want all this extra effects on your screen while you're trying to play. It gets you dizzy. If you have motion sickness and stuff like that. I don't know. I just personally, I'll never use that. I don't use it in Call of Duty. I don't do none of that. Um, Camera shake, turn that off. Camera tilt, turn that off. Dazed effects, turn that off. Knockdown effects, turn that off. Crowd density. People tell me that they feel a difference when they turn it off. Some people say it doesn't make a difference. If you go to video games, the more stuff that is on the screen, the more processing it's going to take your parts. Or if you're on PC, it's going to be the same thing. The more things that are on your screen that are producing graphics and stuff, it's going to affect the smoothness of the game, because it's using obviously all the stuff that it uses to create and generate those frames. Now, if you don't want to fight in front of an empty crowd, 50% to 25%, 25%, there's not too many people. 50%, there's a decent amount of people, but it's less stuff to render in, therefore taking less off of your whatever graphics card or whatever's inside these Xboxes and stuff. You know what I mean? Uh, Seven Hills, all this stuff. This is all the camera settings that I use for the 2 gyms right here. You can't do anything besides zoomed in and ringside dolly. Ringside dolly moves too much. I personally don't like that, but you guys can go ahead and try it out. Everything else is on zoomed out. I turned the vibration off of my controller. And vibration on my controllers always bothered me. I used a defended control scheme. I know it starts off as competitor, and it's pretty much kind of similar to defendant, but when you switch to defendant, when you go to like go into your sprint when somebody's dazed, you would hold LB and then flick your stick in that direction that you want to run. And then if you're on competitor, you would just double tap the left stick. Personally, whenever I double tap the left stick, it didn't always do it, so that's why I went to defendant. Uh, when you want to slip, instead of clicking in the left stick, you would just flick it with defendant. Just boom, boom. You would slip left, slip right, slip back, and then forward is the duck. I was trying to like move with it like an idiot. So there's the controls, but then when you go to the accessibility, you could change the colors and everything you want to do. There's more stuff that you could turn off that will take off of the render and kind of make it a little more smoother in the game. I turn off the instant replay flashes. That doesn't play online anyways. Crowd flashes plays online. They're constantly on there. Personally don't care for it, so I turn it off. But I do leave the counter hit flashes on, so I know when I do land a counter, because sometimes you'll land a shot that looks like a counter and it's not a counter, so I don't want to get confused from it. And ultimately, if you don't feel like doing the get up mini game, turn that on. What it's gonna do is it's gonna simulate the get up based on their courage. However, when you have this on, you can't get up more than 3 times. Sometimes your fighter won't even get up the first time, depending on how your stamina and damage is. Sometimes it won't get up on the second one, and then sometimes it will get up on the third one. It's all random. It's never going to be consistent. I understand that the mini game might be hard for you at first, and your fingers might not have the muscle memory. You're going to be all over the place. Do not take the cop out and use this, because if you're winning in a fight and you get knocked down once and you don't get up, I wouldn't be happy. I would never play this game again personally. So you can turn this on, but I don't recommend you to do that. I recommend you just take your ass to quick fights, deal with the boredom, and just do it over and over and over and over and over until you finally get it. I'm gonna take my controller off for a second. I use a regular Xbox Series controller. I have 2 back paddles. My overlay is messing up, but you can still see it. I have 2 back paddles, LB, RB. I took the trigger stops off for that last knockdown, even though it didn't help me because I can't get up 7 times. But yeah, these are the trigger locks. If you're using a stock controller on this game, I would honestly like if you could find a back paddle attachment or something on Amazon, I'd go for it. I think only PS3 or PS4 controllers actually have an attachment that you can put onto it. There's obviously the strike pack that you can use like in tournament mode that would also create bumpers. That would be like a $20 purchase if you don't want to buy a $150 Elite controller. But if you buy a strike pack, you're gonna get accused of cheating because that's what a strike pack does, even though it has a tournament only mode that doesn't have any mods or anything on it. I would just personally stay away from that. I would make the investment because if you play Call of Duty, Fortnite, or like anything else that has a lot of movement and stuff going on at once, having those 2 triggers on the back frees your space up. You don't have to take your finger off of the right stick or your left stick. You can, if you kind of play like a claw, you can use your index finger to press the buttons, and then you literally don't have to move your hands at all. So I'd recommend getting an Elite controller or a controller with paddle attachments or 2 buttons, whatever it is. And yeah, I hope this video helps. I know people are probably looking for like an easier way to play the mini game. Unfortunately, it's not. It's gonna take practice, like everything else that you want to get good at. Um, that's the easiest way for me. Obviously, you can go online and just try to learn it. However, you don't always get knocked down online, so it's quick fights the easier way to just get through it. Pick the fighter that you want to use, learn their get up pattern, and that's all it takes, man. It takes after if you do this for a couple of days for like an hour or two, even 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever, if you just do it throughout like a couple of days, a week, 2 weeks, whatever it takes to get the muscle memory, promise you're going to be getting up a lot better. It's tedious, it's boring, but hey, man, like if you play Call of Duty or any other competitive game, dude, you didn't just pick it up and you weren't good at it immediately. You had to keep playing it, doing it over and over and over and over and over until you did. So unfortunately, the knockdown minigame is the same. Um, like I said, there's people on PC that can get up 10 to 15 to 20 times. It's crazy. Good for you guys. I personally probably won't ever be able to get up past 7, 8 times if I even get to that because I can only get up 6 myself. Hope this video helped you guys. If you did make it this far into the video and you thought it was solid, I appreciate if you hit that like, subscribe, throw a comment. Tell me who your favorite fighter is. Tell me your favorite thing that you like about Undisputed. Tell me your worst thing about Undisputed that you don't like, that you're not a bigger fan of. And yeah, like I said, if you made it to the end of this video, you're the real MVP. I appreciate y'all. I hope I catch y'all in the next one, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Peace.